Laurent Rope was not a nice man. He was an unemployed ex-scientist and anthropologist who studied human behavior and stopped liking people soon after. Ignorance used to be bliss. He had become a recluse who had inherited a shitload of money when his great-aunt died of pneumonia at the age of 86. Her late husband had made a fortune selling dirty magazines to horny men with bad taste in girls. But Laurent still couldn't help analyzing everybody, and he wasn't afraid of giving his opinion to people even if they didn't want it. It struck him that almost everybody saw themselves as special. Even the most stupid and boring ones thought they were pleasantly disturbed. People are like icebergs, a small peak of socially accepted behavior above the surface, but vast amounts of insecurities, fears, and bizarre little habits underneath. Some are addicted to cleaning, drugs, drinking, sex or pain, to insult or patronize. Others have everything phobia, or are always angry, have issues with forgetting or forgiving. Some folks need to be in the center of attention, while others wish they were invisible. There must be as many types of behavior as there are people on this rock. But when Laurent preached this to his unaware audience, they suddenly all claimed to be normal and in utter control of their lives. They all became common and obviously in denial. For Laurent, it was crystal clear. Scientifically, we were all dysfunctional. Everybody was insane. He was so aware of this that all individuals he met got confronted with their own shortcomings. Practically nobody was willing to admit they were deviant. But Laurent was very good at that. He had some kind of built-in capability to see in others what nobody could see in themselves. That talent of doom had made him the hermit he never wanted to be in the first place. These flaws caused people to suffer from anxiety or lack of self-confidence, or worse. It made some feel superior, selfish, violent, too nice, or even paranoid. Laurent was a firm believer in a perfect world. Take war, poverty, murder, rape, domestic violence, the lust for money and power. They were all examples of out-of-control conduct of selfish individuals and whole groups of blind followers. Politics and media proved that you could brainwash a whole population into mass hysteria if you only had the means to convince them. He was aware that there were millions of kind, polite, and basically good people too. But they were a decreasing minority, and their efforts to change the world into a better place was made useless by the growing amount of dumb people and very smart lobbyists. What the world needed was a lesson, but a big one. A whole planet learning the absolute necessity of a collective consciousness and collaboration. History had confirmed that, ironically, war enhanced this feeling. The great wars had divided the world, but brought common people together too. Never since then did humankind feel this sensation anymore. Sure, there had been a lot of small wars, earthquakes, floods, hunger and such, but most people only pledged money to those causes. It didn't affect them personally. It seemed that the only way to bring the world back together again was by creating a global problem that hit everyone in his own backyard. Some intergalactic disaster that would involve all nations and all citizens to work together against one common enemy. For years, Laurent had talked to people of all ages, sexes, races, and religions, and time after time, one constant fact remained. People only really help each other when they have no other choice. During World War II, neighbors used to cut holes in their basements so they could help each other without having to get out in the open. They shared everything and fled into each other's homes when needed. Most survivors said it was the worst of times, but also the best. Civilization didn't work that way anymore. Now there was indifference. Society on a whole was getting lonelier. A smile from a stranger wasn't just a smile anymore. It could be a sign of something bad, of danger. People were more afraid of others than ever before, mostly with no reason at all. Humankind needed solidarity again, but this time on a global scale. An indestructible feeling of being a worldwide community, all aiming for the same aspirations. 7 billion people fighting for one common goal. Wouldn't it be great if Muslims would organize a gay parade in Mecca? If China would apologize to Tibet and give them their country back and a friendly pat on the back? If Israel would give the Palestinian state 12 points in the Eurovision Song Contest. If all of us were to defend our whole planet instead of only one country, one ideology, one religion, or one person. Laurent had just the plan to achieve that. A master plan.
You goddamn bastards! You asshole fucking cocksuckers! You fucking ugly sons of bitches with your 3 eyes and your dick shaped like zucchinis! You all have a face like an explosion in a fucking bullshit factory! Your mother is a hamster and your father smells like elderberries! You fuckwads, dweebs, douchebags, unbelievably damn putzes with your slimy tentacles and rectums on your foreheads! I'm pretty damn sure your mom and dad are brother and sister, and you were made in a dirty petri dish with some shit in it that had more evolved DNA than you will ever have. They gave you a brain transplant, and the brain rejected your stinking body by a lack of fucking motor skills. You wouldn't even be able to find your own ass with your 6 paws, you fuck-faced dickwads. Your mother maced out of season, and the results are showing.
So every night Laurent would go to his shack in the garden and started broadcasting into the vast universe, hoping that some unknown civilization out there would hear him. And he insulted the whole Milky Way like nobody had ever insulted anybody before, hoping that one day some really pissed off aliens would come and pay us a visit. And gave us a battle the human race could only win if we decided to become one people, one nation, one planet.